It's a top 15 matchup with added intrigue because the two power players in the sport, the Big Ten and the SEC, collide with conference supremacy at play. Welcome to Ames, Iowa and Jack Trice Stadium, home field of the Iowa State Cyclones. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the California Golden Bears, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kurt Kirkstreet. Kurt, let's get right to the action. And the Cyclones will kick this deep to get us going. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Down the middle. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield.
Great play call by the offensive coordinator. Outstanding job of executing by the quarterback. With the defense trying to stop the run, the quarterback felt that, made a nice throw to the receiver, and look at this result. Some positive yards.
So one play moves the ball to the 41. Another first down. Wants to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. A deep shot to the left side. And it's hauled in way downfield. They make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 37.
Boy, just like that, we've got a big play already here by this offense. Not afraid to take some shots downfield. They hit it. They got great field position now.
And the Golden Bears lining up here on 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And that run produces a decent gain. This one's a compelling matchup. Early season, two top 10 teams. Kirk, we know that at this point, the rankings can be a little bit suspect, but a chance for both teams to step up and show they belong.
I just love these kind of matchups when you get a top 10 matchup early in the year. Really find out if these rankings are worthy of where these teams are considered at this point in the year. Find out if these teams have what it takes to be one of the top teams in college football when this game is over. Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And with that miss, the score will stay right where it is.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. A poor kicker.
Well, hand it off. He shreds the tackle. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down of the 47. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. comes a first down pass attempt. He escapes the pocket. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Here we go. That huge explosive play has set the offense up in the red zone. Makes the grab on the move. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Cyclones.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start with the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Catch made on the left side. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. Quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
That completion sets up a 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Short pass finds the tight end. That's good for a first down near the 40.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Well, they try the middle, but stop for no gain. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
He fires this throw, and it's intercepted. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will give the offense the football at the 46.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And here comes the Iowa State offense back onto the field now. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. On the move now. It's a deep shot to the right. And he hauls it in to the 15, still going. Touchdown, Iowa State. Great connection there for 6 points.
Chris, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver here is exceptional. Great route here to sell that post to the inside and then break it off to the corner. And the quarterback anticipates it well, puts it on the money for that touchdown.
Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. They'll run it out of the shotgun. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Looking for a man deep on the right side. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up third down.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to throw him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Looking for the wide out. Oh, what a grab! He has first down yardage at the 46.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to third down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Quick throw, the catch is made. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime. The crucial second quarter beginning right now. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly to the wide out. Wide open downfield. Clutch conversion on third there. Sets him up first down from the 31.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
The Golden Bears look to keep this drive moving. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Snags the quick throw. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. This offense trying to get going has put together a positive drive here in the second quarter. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. This will be the 9th play on the drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
Great execution here by this offense against zone coverage with a curl route. Hit that last step in your drop. You see where you want to go with it. Put it right on his shoulder for a first down.
A chance to get right back into this football game. It's first down and goal. Handoff here from the shotgun. Stopped right at the line. This is a stubborn defense backed up against the goal line.
I tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Send the back in motion. That's a design quarterback keeper. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
The crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. And he'll be brought down.
But they got to be thinking about a touchdown here. I know it's 4th down, but because of the hole that they've dug themselves here in this first half, you got to consider taking a chance here and putting a touchdown up on the board. I think it's worth it.
So the offense stays on the field. It's 4th down and goal. Come to the line on 4th down, hoping to keep this drive going. Somebody up there got a little too antsy at the line of scrimmage. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. It's 4th and goal from the 5, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it. And the wideout goes in motion. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. So they pass on the chip shot field goal. They're going to go for it. 4th and goal from the 5. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cal.
I think they completely caught this defense off guard. 4th down and goal. I think everybody thinks the quarterback's going to have the ability to run or throw, but instead they run the football in here, and they somehow get this touchdown.
With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First play of the drive, they look to the right. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Chris, this is a great game, but I'm always so impressed with the offensive line because they sell this as much as anything. The quarterback's making the read, trying to figure out if the defense is committed to the run or the pass, and then he's going to go the other direction. He makes the right throw here out to the flat to the right, but the offensive line showing the defense it's a run look is what opens this up eventually for a nice game.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Using his legs here. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
The Cyclones line up on 1st and 10 now. Short connection to the tight end here.
Boy, he has such great size. I just love this play call on 1st and 10. The defense is expecting a run. Instead, you go play action, and you throw it to the big man for some positive yards on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Cyclones. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
And the extra point was up and good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Now begin with a quick throw to the left. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Now it's 2nd down here. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another 1st down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's running out of time here. Just gets it away. It's a deep ball. And the pass caught inside the 15. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. A quick strike to be able to climb back into this football game. Now can the defense do their job and get a stop and give this hot offense the football back?
The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out, it's Hamilton. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Fires it to the wideout. That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete.
Chris, it's funny. I think this quarterback underestimated the athletic ability of this linebacker. He sees zone right away. He's thinking he's got some underneath windows and opportunities to get the ball to his skill guys. But this linebacker steps in front of him and makes a heck of a play.
Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw to his receiver. Wide open downfield.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense. Waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
The offense really clicking against this battle defense. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Screen to the wide receiver. Breaks loose at the 40. He's in the clear. All the way to the end zone. They couldn't catch him. Touchdown, Iowa State.
Well, that's the second touchdown catch already in just the first half. You can guarantee the coach on the other side is trying to make every adjustment he can to slow this guy down.
Extra point try coming now. With the extra point, the lead is 14. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
Iowa State. 14.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. He hands it off from the gun. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Taking a shot deep down the right side. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, maybe in the second half.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Delivers quickly to the left side. Oh, he makes the catch! They drag him down after a big gain. Ball moved all the way to the 38. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The Golden Bears will line up on 1st and 10. Defense bunching at the line, showing blitz. First down, looking to throw the ball. Catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
First down, looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble. Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Boy, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over it. That's their second interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Buckley. Gets some space around the 30. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. But I tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Pass is caught right near the sideline. What a catch. Does get the foot down.
Man, it is awfully tough on a defense when a quarterback's able to move outside of the pocket and still keep his eyes downfield looking for those open targets. You don't know whether to attack him and try to bring him down or to stay back and defend the pass.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Just 8 seconds remaining now. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Quick completion to the tight end. To the 45. They finally make the stop after a big play, but time runs out on the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. the Golden Bears will kick this away to get the second half going. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. They get the second half started with their running play. He's past the marker and still going. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
These guys didn't let the halftime break slow them down. They continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, give the ball to the back. Nice big positive gain to get things started here in the second half.
The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Man, and with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. Gonna run it. It's Buckley. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. The ball is picked off. He could go. The 20. They finally tackle him, but an excellent return after the pick.
Well, Chris, halftime is about trying to make adjustments off what you learned from the first half. You come out to start the second half thinking about this is how we're going to set the tone, and you throw an interception. It's going to put a lot of pressure on this quarterback the rest of the game.
Here we go, first and goal. A touchdown here gets them right back into this game. And here's the handoff. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
And I really thought on second goal you might see the offensive coordinator elect to throw the ball, but instead try to catch the defense napping by running. Man, does it backfire.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Moves out of the pocket. He'll throw it now. Makes the catch. Can he get in? They keep the kicker on the sidelines. It's fourth down from the 4. They're going for it. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Cal. Look out. Whole different game now.
That's how you take advantage of outstanding field position. Starting in plus territory makes it very easy for this offense to be able to get down close to the goal line and into the end zone for the touchdown.
PHC is good. They still trail, though.
That makes the score Iowa State 28, Cal
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And looking to throw now on first down. Lets it go quickly. He's got it with room to run. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
A new set of downs after that completion. They'll try the ground game here. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Motion now from the tight end. 2nd down, looking to throw it. Fires quickly to the left. And it's caught outside the 10 and still going. Touchdown, Cyclones. The big tight end would not be denied. What a play.
Well, another touchdown pass for this quarterback. Multiple scores on the day. He is in total control of this offense right now, and the defense just doesn't have an answer.
Point after, knocked right through. They got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. First play of the drive now from the 25. Quick throw to the left. Breaking free at the 35. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's going to take off. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, defense does a nice job of pressuring the quarterback. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an effort by this guy just to be able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Looking deep down the right side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted. Take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. It's another deep shot. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
Here's the first play of the drive. They start at the 28. On 1st down, it's play action. He escapes the pocket. Takes a deep shot down the middle. Catch is made way down inside the 30. They make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk of yardage on that play. So the big chunk play has the offense already in field goal range with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Buckley. Looking for the end zone, has a lane. Touchdown, Iowa State. This offense cannot be stopped.
Now that's what great teams do. Things are getting a little bit too close, so they go right down the field with just a few plays to put this game right back to having a comfortable lead.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. On the move now. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
Well, that is a great throw, but first, man, let's give all the credit to that offensive line. How long did he have back there in the pocket? Seems like 3 or 4 seconds to be able to navigate and figure out where to go with the ball, and he put it right on the money.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking to scramble. He bought some time, now lets it go. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. They tackle him after a short return, but they get the football back and set up shop near midfield.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The pocket breaking down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players, get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And they'll set up at the 26 for the first play of this drive. Some pre-snap movement, back in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Defense is coming after him. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
But here we are in the 4th quarter. The offense just trying to come up with something to try to spark this offense to give them a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the defense is playing smart. They're sitting back, anticipating these deep throws.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Here they come on 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack they gave up earlier. The secondary backed up off the ball now. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. A deep shot to the right. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Now, trailing by this much in the 4th quarter, the defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play, and the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Can't connect downfield. Incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Keeping it on the ground here. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
The offense was given a short field. Now can the defense come up with a huge stop here on 3rd down? The back's got it. Defense able to stop it. It's 4th down now.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
And that one's straight down the middle. And they add to their lead. After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. The first play of the drive now from the 25. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
The corner's now playing a couple yards off the ball. Looking for the wideout. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the clock as you go.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. And he's going to heave it deep right down the middle. And he's got it down there inside the 35. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. So 2nd down after the incompletion. Looking to throw again. The pass rush closing in. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Yeah, Chris, he got hit right as he released the ball. Very fortunate that ball's not picked off. And the bottom line is that they can't give this quarterback more time in the pocket. They have no chance of thinking about trying to come back.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Bringing pressure. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, this defensive coordinator has been all over it, mixing up the looks, doing a good job of getting pressure on this quarterback there. Almost a sack. They hit him right as he's releasing the ball, almost coming up with another turnover. Just a dominating day for this defense.
Pressure is coming. Complete to the running back. But can he get there? And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. So the choice to go for it doesn't pan out this time. Here's the first play of the drive now, set up at the 24. pounding away with the run game. Running with purpose. First down and more. He's still running. They get him to the ground, but an explosive running play there. Just pounding away for another big gain, Kirk. You wonder if this defense is beginning to lose its will a little bit.
I think they are losing their will. You can tell by the way they're tackling. It's been a very impressive performance by this offense and by this running back. You got to believe they're just looking to add to this lead with yet another touchdown.
Offense showing a bunch formation now. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Handoff from the shotgun. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Chris, this back has had a great day. They're winning the football game. I just looked at my stats. This guy's at 99 yards on the day. You can tell how badly he wants to cross the 100-yard threshold. He's been superb today.
Breaks free. They get him to the ground, but it's first down now at the 28.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Ball handed off. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Time you can get positive yards on first down. That's a win.
It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. There's the handoff. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Can he get there on the ground? Well, barring something crazy, Kirk, that should be enough to secure this victory. They came in trying to dodge the upset in this early season showdown, and they passed the test.
This is a great game and a fun way to start the season, and I think the fact that the team that is expected to win wins this football game, they can use that as a confidence builder. And for the team that loses, think about this. Still a long way to go to be able to kind of right the ship and kind of have the season you expect to have.
So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. This is an impressive performance. They played a good football team here today, Kirk, but they just dragged them behind the woodshed and dominated from the start. This is going to catch people's attention.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be in awe when they look at the results of this game. Unbelievable job by this team dealing with the expectations, the pressure, and as you said, playing a good team. This was a big-time win and an opportunity to really continue to move up.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.